and welcome back to Allotment Joy. A very soggy day at the allotment. It's mildly drizzling to itself, and it was raining a little bit, but oh by golly, it's all soggy on the ground, very soggy affair. So it's just like tappy-lappying around the allotment, but just get a few jobs done anyway. So anyway, just having a look at the raspberry cage, and the raspberries are still going strong. So again, that's more for the freezer. So we're just having a look at the butternut squash and the pumpkins. Let's have a look. Right now, I hope I don't have any finger issues or audio issues today. I'm always checking my microphone to make sure that it's on. That's tech for you nowadays. Anyway, butternut squash. I think I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to bring them in. I've noticed that on the allotment as well that other people have had rat problems. They've grew some really nice corn, and the rats have ran up or whatever, the mice, and stripped the plants bare. So I didn't have a good harvest anyway, so there's no great loss there. But yeah, the rats or whatever it is, rodents, they're a bit of a pain at the moment. So anyway, so I was having to have a look at the pumpkins. It's a real nice one there. He's big. So I think I'll be bringing them in, and before anything else decides to have a chomp at them and do some maintenance around the garden as well. Right, my other half has now picked some raspberries, some more for the freezer. But I'm going to try Ivan's off Ivan's Kitchen, a recipe that he was recommended, and it's frozen berries with sugar, and then you can add vodka to it, and you just let it sit in that. You turn it for a couple of weeks, and then eventually you can decant it, like I am. Decant it. Now some people would even prefer to use gin instead of vodka, so I'm going to try both. So it's basically fruit, sugar, vodka or gin, and then you never know, you can bottle that up and give it to someone for Christmas. So I'm just having a look at the borlotti beans, and I say lit off the mark this year with them. Just wanted to get them in, but they're not so bad. They're not so bad at all. It's not like a famous what do you call gardener, a no-dig gardener. You've got like 5 TPs and 7 kilograms of borlotti beans, so I don't think I'm going to reach that somehow. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to get, this is the aim of it anyway, I'm going to lift all the celery out. I've been threatening to do it all this time. Celery. So yeah, celery. Yeah, I've got to take the remainder of the corn plants out. The corn's gone, long gone. I got rid of the corn on the cobber away ages ago, just to stop any more of this shenanigans with the rodents. And yeah, I'll just turn this round. Hold on. Right here, we had a fresh hole. So they're trying everything. They are. They're trying habitats, new habitats for the winter. But they've come to the wrong place. And yeah, as you can see, it's exceedingly wet. Luckily, I haven't got that much profile, otherwise I'd be up to my kneecaps in mud. But it's so incredibly warm anyway. So the compost heap that we emptied, it's going to look a bit messy, but you know, this is what gardening's like. You know, it's not all flowers and butterflies. And you're also in the mud and in the manure. Yeah, and here's the empty compost heap. And yet again, there was a fresh hole there. So someone's come into the empty compost heap, thinking they're coming back home, and I went, oh, you know, I've got to find another habitat, another place to live. Yeah. So like, and you know what it's like, you know, you think, oh, I've got to go down to the allotment, and you rush out, and then you instead of pausing for a moment to think, hang on a minute, what else have you got to bring down to the allotment? So I've just come away without bringing some more carrot seed. So I'm going to have to have a look in the shed at my my own personal seed bank to see if I've got what I want. Right, of course now I'm just taking a couple of butternut in. In fact, I'm taking them all in, and the stuff like that. But look at this, it's just a cucumber that's been grown on a membrane. Look how much that's been hollowed out. Yeah, I just got rid of a large slug, but there's a couple of culprits there. Oh, a culprit, there was another one there a moment ago. Yeah. So it just shows you, doesn't it? Yeah, nice wet conditions. Yeah, and if it's not the slugs, it'll be something else having an attempted nibble on things like that. This is why I'm going to take the butternut squash in, because when I grew tromboncino squashes a couple of years back, great it was, and never got round to it. Work, there's a dreaded finger again. Work got in the way. Everything just stayed put. The foliage died down, exposing the fruit. Yeah, fruit died and went all squiffy, and yeah, and of course naturally the rodents picked up on the seed, and then yeah, and before you knew it, it was a right mess. So it's not that I really noticed very much rodent damage, yeah, elsewhere in the garden, like, but you can certainly see it in the plot. So and also if you do that, if you do leave them in situ, eventually the frost will get them, and it'll just turn into mush, and then you've got all that muck to scoop up. So you better get a shovel. So take a tip from me: if you're not going to use your squash, you know, or all your marrows and courgettes and everything like that, don't leave them lying around in the garden. Get rid of them. Yeah, put them in the bin. Now, don't put money compost heap, because you're just providing another food source in one place. It'd be like, you know, like a Mackie D for rats. Yeah. So anyway, onwards and upwards. When you look at grass, it's all very well and good, and it's romantic, and it looks nice when it's preened, and I know that some people have more grass than they do have plots to grow things in, but each to their own. But the thing is about the grass, it's now all very well and good when it's dry, when it's preened. It looks lovely, it's nice underfoot and everything, but when it rains, that's the problem, because you can't move really when it's like this. Well, you just have to tappy-lappy around the garden and just get things in. And there's something to see as well. And I don't know if you can see it. Let's have a look. Look at that. That's quite a gaggle, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, autumn's definitely coming. If you're from my generation, you'll remember aniseed balls. And I thought to myself, oh, that's nice looking dill, that, because I don't know about you, but I like a bit of dill on my salmon, you say salmon, they're nothing but the best in this house. But no, it's not dill, it's fennel that I've put in. What a lovely smell of aniseed. We'll never cook with it, but it smells gorgeous. Just reminds you of aniseed balls. Right, that summarises the butternut squash from this side of the garden. So let's put the two together and see what we got. So what did I say to you earlier about it was actually a couple of videos back about sitting back and enjoying your garden before you trash it. So there's that's been trashed, and it looks like a bit of corn's being had there as well. Never mind. And of course this has been trashed as well, so you know, all of a sudden the look of your garden changes. Plus don't forget, you get also the autumn storms and the wind and stuff, and it starts knocking things over. But this is what I'm saying, is you start trashing the garden. And so what I'm saying is just take a few moments before it all happens, before everything changes once more. Right, let's see, that summarises this year's worth of butternut squash, which is actually magnificent considering we've never had any up to now. There's a few stragglers, few cucumber stragglers, but some of them are not quite ripe, but I wanted all of them up, so I'll just put them somewhere nice and for them to finish off, but some of them are ripe. So yeah, happy days. So I'll just take you around to show you the pumpkins. I'll just carry on. There we are. Yeah, look at that one. Yeah. So we have it. A few pumpkins. I'll show you. Right here. Hey, the dog's barking in the background. Don't miss a trick. So, I've decided now to do a bit of clearing up. Do a bit of sweeping up and get rid of the debris. And look at this, this is purple sprouting broccoli, which it doesn't really appeal to me. So I'm going to bring that out. I'm going to utilise the bed a bit better. But I'm just, don't know if you can see that. Look at the white fly. It's like snow. So let's get these sorted out and out the garden. Okay now, well, I've left one purple sprouting broccoli, just leaving it for the flowers, for the bees at the moment. Just give it a few more days and then I'll give the white fly a stay of execution. Anyway, so I believe what's behind it is a cauliflower, so it looks like a cauliflower. But yeah, I will leave that there for just now. It's not hurting anyone. As here, the nasturtium as well. The bees like it for just now. It's not burning anything, so not at this moment in time. But eventually, I will come back to this bed, and then by which time the bees, unfortunately, will have to look for some more nectar somewhere else. But for the moment, they are pretty though, nevertheless. Yeah, and they're not being ate to death by a load of caterpillars either. It's strange, really is. Okay, this is where the butternut squash were. So I've got that all cleared off. It's still very wet, but just gets it tidied anyway. And I've got a bramble over there, so I better get to go with that one. But at least it's just tidied this bit up for just now. It is incredibly wet at the moment, but there's another job done. And the leeks over here, although not really brilliant leeks. And I think in this moment of time John Soulsby should be looking away. They look very tatty. And I think it's overcrowded, but anyway, taking all the weeds out, or most majority of the weeds out, and also in between the two raised beds on both sides. She says, yeah, more or less clear. This is where the kohlrabi was. So I need to get some more compost on that and then get that geared up for something else. I think we'll sit with garlic and planting onions and things like that. But anyway, you know what they say about focus. Follow one course until successful. So now, what am I going to do now? Yes, I said I was going to take up the celery. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Okay now. I've taken the first plant out. On closer inspection I thought to myself, hang on a minute, you got 3 rows of celery, but I think it's only 2, and because I planted them far enough apart when I did plant them, you should one of the things that I should make note of is when I do plant them next time, to give them a bit more room. They've actually self-blanched, so I don't have to put nothing around them, but I'm determined to get them all out. Yeah, that's not so bad, is it? Look at the size of that. Yeah, it smells lovely as well. Imagine that, getting that in your soups, in your winter soups. Well, I've just found the tag from this lot. It was naturally bought in a pack of celery. It's a Victoria F1. So if you don't want to buy the plants, you can buy the seed. Then yeah, well, they certainly cut to the quick anyway. Not a bad celery plant at all, and I'm not finished yet. In fact, look at the size of these, honestly. Well, I said I'd take all the celery out, and all the celery came out, so that's a bit of trim in there. That doesn't look too bad. It's just the rest of the plants that I've pulled out. Might not get it all done today, so at least they're all out anyway. And then I'll get them all chopped up and tidied up. Yeah, so let's cut a few more. Yep, not so bad at all, not so bad. I mean, the thing is, when you got so much celery, you know, I'm going to have shares in salad cream, you know, to put salad cream on celery. Isn't enough salad cream to cover all this lot, that's for sure. Whose idea was it to plant so much celery? Folks, bear in mind when you plant stuff how much you're going to get out. If you do get out, you know, just bear in mind. I mean, I don't know how many plants, I'll just show you. I've got plants there, all the way along here, plants over there. So I've got an awful lot of trimming to do. You know, where are you going to put it all though? So bear it in mind, what's the end game? You know, where are you going to do it, what are you going to do with it, who are you going to give it to, or where are you going to store it? Yeah. Right, and now my other half has now come to my assistance. Yeah. So yeah, it's given me some half prepped stuff, so I've got to just top the lower lot off like that, and then it'll turn out like that. Well, now I think I'll call that a day with my footage, because it's time's getting on, lighting levels are going down, even though you might not see it, so it'll be dark before you know it. So I'm going to finish off here. I'll say thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much to all my loyal subscribers, and a warm welcome to all my new subscribers. And I'll say bye for just now, and I'll see you in another clip. Bye for now.